Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking at racing from the Vaal today on the straight course, the 9th of February 2021. For those that are listening to this video for the first time, what Outside of Genie do is we are form analysis, and we do a form analysis of each race, and by doing that analysis, we are able to give you the content outside of selection that you can add into your own selection. You're welcome to subscribe to this video. Just click on the button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified whenever we are posting a new video. You will also find us on social media. Then if you want to subscribe till the end of February for 300 Rand and get our daily form analysis. I just want to point out that on the major races, like on Saturday, when we're having that major race again, that preview and the selection, the video preview and the selections will only be available to subscribers. So you can get that package for 300 Rand, or you can get our special package for 3 months for 900 Rand. That's 300 Rand per month, normal price 500 Rand. So WhatsApp me should you be interested. If you do subscribe, you will get race by race selections, two daily recommended all to come doubles, value bets that is normally 6 to 1 and better, and then also a best bet of the day. And our best bet has got a strike rate of more than 80%, finishing in the first four. So the best bet is maybe not always just to bet it, but also maybe if you're looking for, want to go short in one leg of a pick six or a PA, you know that you have got a chance that our base bet will be in the money. And then we also brought in a new thing, exactas, and I must say, I've been checking the exactas lately, and we are hitting them quite often and paying nicely. I think so far the best one we had was like exacta for 160 Rand. Now, if you had got that, it's normally four numbers, so that's 12 Rand. So if you played that for 4 times, that's 48 Rand, or or whatever you can afford, or 5 times, or maybe you want to bank it to one horse and say a multiple exacta. But they are doing quite well as we often also get trifectas, and here and there we get nice big quartet outsiders. We also get an affordable PA. We have caught the PA quite a few times lately. Also, it makes the video affordable, as well as our pick sixes. Normally, I keep and try the cost of the pick six low, and I normally sometimes go out that one leg, and maybe if you add on your selections and increase the amount that you want to spend, I'm sure you're going to catch the pick six also regularly. So let's move on now to our racing. And we kick off in the first race with a maiden juvenile plate at the Vaal over 1,000 meters. And as you know, I don't give selections on first timers or actually on juveniles. But for those who are interested, here is the betting on the first race. Voltron number 8, 16 to 10. Arctic Skyline 17 to 10, 4 to 1 on Q. Supreme Quest 8 to 1, 22 to 1 coming in hot, 25 to 1 time silhouette, and Mohammed Cutter 75 scratched number 3. I'm amazed to find this coming out at 22 to 1 because he ran a nice race first time out, so it might be a good bet for a place because they are paying 3 places. Also on Q has had 2 races, so that must also be considered whereby your first timer hasn't had a race yet. But normally the Sean Terry first timers, most of them do run well. Then we move to race number 2, where the betting is as follows. Three Tumber 13 to 10, 2 to 1 Ballet Shoes, 22 to 10 Narchi, Duke of Spin 18, 10 to 1 and 16 to 1 Scratch Tire Express. A lot of plate races today, not big fields, except here and there for the maiden plate. So let's have a look at our second race, where we have a progress plate over 1,800 meters. And here my first selection is the favorite, number 1, Tree Tumbo. I'm not going to dwell long on it. Tree Tumbo has run some very decent races, including a third behind Summer Pudding in the Summer Handicap in November. Came out after that in another progress plate, one easily beating Glider plot, and I think will be too good for this a lot today. And for outsiders, in a small field, I think number 2 obviously is your outsider. It also has run some decent races, but I can't see him beating the number 1 horse, and also again the number 6-horse ballet shoes. It's a filly only carrying 54.5, and I think this would be the biggest opposition to Trumbo. But Trumbo has beaten her before, and I'm not sure on the weight turnaround if she can reverse that form. So my first selection, number one, Trumbo. Then we move on to the third race, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. The betting is as follows. Number one, Areem 18 to 10, Malibu 4 to 1, Electric Boots 9 to 2, Got You 15 to 4, 22 to 1, Gypsy Magic, and 20 to 1 and longer, 22 longer the rest. Here again, we got the Sean Terry horse. To me, it looks like Sean Terry can actually win the second, the third, and the fourth race. But I'll get to that now. Here we have number one. It's a very well-bred Rama Dynasty by Asiatic Me, and has run well. And I do feel that the 1,600 meters today would suit this horse down to the ground. And I think around today it's going to run a huge race. Has run against some decent opposition. As you can see already, there's some winners out of that, out of previous races. Then for outsider selections, we're going for number 6. It's not a strong outsider selection, but this is horses that has shown a bit of form, and maybe you want to include them in the back end of your quartets, trifectas. I very much doubt if number 6 can win this race, but as I said, and also number 7, this is just horses that you can chuck into your quartet and trifecta selections that might improve. Number 7, Tropical Giver, again, a horse that has improved a little bit behind in limbo already, obviously 8 to 9 lengths behind. Burnt Jasper has won again. So maybe, as I said, put in the back end of your quartets. Other selections in this race is number 3, Maobi. This is certainly a horse that can trouble the winner, and this is one horse I wouldn't leave out of any of my bets. Has run over the 1,600 meters, and 3 times for the second, the third, and the fourth. Certainly did run a nice race behind in limbo last time. And young Luke Ferreras, since he's been fully fledged jockey, has been producing some nice rides. So definitely a horse that you need to include. Number 4, Gypsy Magic, Kiraro by Tony Nassif, trained by Tony Nassif and Chase Majana jockey. Did improve in his last 2 races over longer distances, although last time out was a 1,600 meters. And he's the type of horse that can also be involved in a finish, but did have the services of apprentice, give him -4, and that just for that today falls away. In my mind, for your pick 6, you're going to have to go for 1, 2, and 3 this week. As number 2, Electric Boots, also ran a better race last time over the 1,400 meters, and can certainly, with Ryan Munger, who's hunger for winners, might pop up here. So I think 1, 2, and 3 should be suffice for your pick 6 selections. Then we move on to race number 4, which is another maiden plate over 1,600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. The betting as follows. Race number 4, Bell of Belize, 13 to 10, 33 to 1, Shurok, 4 to 1, Rosapina, Lyric Dancer, 9 to 1, Wedding Bliss, 14 to 1, 22 Peaceable, 28 to 1, Intercity. And then those 2 runners, Ambitlow Star and Party Song, 45 and 75, and Doramore, 75, and Just Magic, 75 to 1. Again, yeah, my first choice is race 4, is number 7. This horse did debut well, and then didn't run such a bad, well, I think he run under expectations behind Phoenix, but I think Phoenix herself is going to be quite a good horse already out of that race. 7 runners, 1 winner, and I think Bella believes can be a huge runner today, but certainly is beatable. If I want to go for outsiders here, I want to go for number 8, Intercity. This horse has had 2 runs and has been running there and thereabouts, but I think it says here never went on. But I think with the experience, and his horse is nicely bred, can probably improve for the back end of your quartet and trifectas. Then we have got the first timer here, number 11, Shirok. It's a Silvano by Jetmaster May, certainly well bred, but is jumping from draw 11, which might not be in his favor. But with Sean Terry, you never know. This horse might be able to jump from 11, go and sit nicely and run on at the end of the day. So then my other outsider selection in this race was number 3, Wedding Bliss, with the Lucky Lou de Larcus. This horse didn't run well in his first two races, but showed a small amount of improvement last time out. And I think with Piet Stradom might also be a horse that you want to include into your back end of your quartets. Here we have number 2, Lyrical Dancer. Lyrical Dancer is a version Get Rich by Jared Mee, and has also been there and thereabouts, can improve again over the 1600 meters today. Also, number 1, Rasa Parima. This is a horse that I think that certainly is going to give the favorite a run for its money, as it's been running well, and has, although 5 lengths behind Priming Wilbury last time, but from that race already 5 runners and 1 win, and all the other runners, there was also runners. So she has competed in 3 nice, strong races. So certainly in with a huge chance, number 1, Rasa Parina. Then we go to race 5, which is another maiden plate over 2,400. And these 2 maiden plates at 2,400 normally to me is a nightmare. Here we have number 1 at 10 to 4 to 1 Maskin, 4 to 1 9 to 2 Sophia's First, Bell Rolling 11 to 2, 9 to 1 Real Siege, Visionaire 11 to 1, Royal Mazarin 13 to 1, 20 to 1, and longer the rest. So here my first selection is down at the bottom, number 10, which is Visionaire. This filly has been running well, and last time out did run second to Sebert, although 7 lengths behind. But I just got a feeling that this filly took a long time to get going. But I think today with Justin Gates on board, only carrying 56.5, that will certainly be in a favour. And number 10, Visionaire, definitely a horse that can surprise, currently 12 to 1 in the betting. Then for outsider selections, we're looking at number 2, Ball Rolling. It's also a horse that's always there and thereabouts. Have been running over this course and distance, 2 runs, second and a third, and can certainly be involved when the photos are taken. Also number 3, Just Phenomenal. It's a philanthropist by Silvano May. And I've got a feeling the same stable as the horse at Visionaire, that this horse is also going to look to for the longer distance and can certainly improve, be involved in the finish. If you want to upset, this could be the one. And then other horses that you want to maybe look at is number 9, which is the favorite, I think. Number 9 is Sophia's First. This horse also ran on well over the 1800 meters last time out, and I think that's a noble tune by Duwali Me, would probably also favor the 1400 meters. Here's number 8, Mr. King. Did not run too well last time out after running second against Leading Land, but also maybe they feel that on this breeding Teofilo by Stratum Me will also favor this 2,400 meters. So all in all, a very open race. Put in as much horses as you can in the pick 6, because certainly I think this is the most open race of the day. So let's move on to race number 6. We will also have a small field, Rio's Winter 18 to 10, Letitia's Angel 5 to 2, Invincible 5 to 1, 6 to 1 Christmas Flower, Kirari Ferrari 6 to 1, 9 to 1 Sudden Charm. So let's have a look here at and here my first selection is Letitia's Angel. Letitia's Angel was beaten by Roy's Winter before, and there was a half a kilogram in between. Now today, Letitia's Angel is carrying 58 minus 2.5, so it's 55.5, whereby Rio's Winter is carrying 60. So it's 6.5 kilograms difference if my quick maths don't. So for a beating of 3 lengths, surely that brings Letitia Angel in the picture uh, against Rio Winter. And I'm looking forward to the duel between these two. I think there's not a lot. The outsider that I do favor is Kirari Ferrari. Has run well, but was comprehensively beaten by Rio's Winter last time out, but can probably be involved in the finish in terms of the placings. But I have seen horses that can improve that and turn that around. But yeah, Ferrari certainly a contender in this race. Then we move on to race number 7, which is another progress plate. Let's have a look at the betting. Um, sorry, just want to kill that quickly. Um, Race 7, we also have a small field, Milk Queen 22 to 10, Fire and Ice 3 to 1, Bold Jazz 4 to 1, 11 to 2 Kaido Stamp, and the contractor scratch number 2 was Vicky. Now, here I do fancy my first selection in race 7 is number 4, which is Bold Jazz. Now, Bold Jazz has won 2 races in a row and then ran a very against a very strong field behind second base running in the Guineas on Saturday. And getting the minus 1.5. And I think Bold Jazz is going to run a bold race today. And I'm looking forward today to see Bold Jazz standing in the queue in the number 1 box. He's the other horses that has got huge chances. My outside selection, number 5, Kaidos Champ, also a horse that runs well. Definitely in with a huge chance, as is numbers 1 and 2, Fire and Ice, who won 3 races and then was beaten twice in future races. So certainly Fire and Ice, also a horse you need to include, can stand in the number 1 box after the race. Milk Queen, also a good horse, has run some huge races, can also be involved in the finish. He's certainly waited to be involved in the finish. But I think my selection, Bold Jazz, I do favor that strongly today. In race 8, yeah, this is going to be, when you get here, I'm going to talk about, let's get a look at the betting first. Number 2, Sarah, 14 to 10. Golden Bell, 7 to 2. Risk Taker, 5 to 1. Before the Dawn, 12 to 1. Pool Party, 12 to 1. 008, 12 to 1. Shea Bella, 18 to 1. 22 to 1. And longer. Scratch number 8, Eskimo Kisses. Yeah, certainly in this race, Golden Bell, if she is in a mood, she will pulverize this field. But was beaten by Pool Party last time, Pool Party. And if you go and look at the weights turnaround, certainly Pool Party is carrying 2 kilograms more, but is 2 kilograms going to be enough for Golden Bell to turn that around? I'm not sure, coming off the rest. So my selection this race is Pool Party, which is currently at 11 to 1. I think we can just check, but there was a scratching. So Pool Party, yeah, now 12 to 1. So Pool Party certainly, I think, in with a huge chance. Did run well beyond 008 last time out, and can certainly run another good race. Then my other outsider selections is number 4, Before the Dawn, also a horse that's always there and thereabouts, but out a little bit on the weights, but certainly not without ability. And my other selection is number 6, Risk Taker. Risk Taker surprised last time over the 1200 meters, now going over the 1100 meters, but did one well and can certainly also be involved in the finish. I think either you're going to go 1 and 2 of this field for your pick 6, or you're going to put the field. In my case, I'm putting the field as 008 is also a horse that has got a lot of ability, this 6-year-old mare, and certainly can give anyone in this race a run for money. Yeah, so number 2, Sarah, I don't know what happened there behind Golden Bell, not striding out. And then last time I just got beaten by Bold Ransom. But this horse has run some good races, but has also disappointed in the past. So definitely another horse, the type of horse that you want to put as a banker into your pick 6. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.